shortly. Fantastic. So that's the prompt. And then I'm going to be asking, of course, we're going to be using the Q&A. If at any point you have a question, let's use the Q&A. If at any point you have an insight, a reflection you want to add, go ahead, add it in the chat section so that we don't miss it. Okay. Otherwise, thank you so much for being here. Let's see. Just a quick recap for those who are just watching this long after the session is done. This is Customer Connect, talking about creating relationships that last. And with us is Muthoni Muchai. It's our follow-up session. Last week we were together. She gave us quite a bit of the theory and also some of the practical, and she shared some experiences that she's had with our customers, how they've changed to meet their customers' needs, some of the challenges they've had, how they've come across different ways of connecting with their customer and making sure that the customer is engaged and fully nurtured and also converting also to further business. And she's here to share with us some of those lessons. And today we're going to hear from you. So participants within the space, sharing their experience and getting some response from our coach, who's Muthoni Muchai. So it's exciting. And that's what we're doing here today. For those who are watching long after the session is done, thank you for being here as well. Now, quickly, our agenda is going to be a quick welcome note, and then we get into this fireside chat with our guest speaker. So back and forth, we'll hear from the participants, and as they get some responses, we'll have a Q&A or Q&R section, and then we'll call to some actions at the end, then we'll wrap it up. So it's an hour and a half for those who are here for the first time, from 11 to 12:30 every Thursday, like clockwork, unless it's a public holiday or something. But for most of the sessions, we are here, and there's quite a repository of them. So without any further ado, I'd like to welcome the one and only Peter Ndumia to give us the welcome note, especially for those who are here for the very, very first time. It's an honor to be interacting with Peter Ndumia. He's a busy man, but amongst the things that he's busy about is he cares about the entrepreneur, and he's the proper epitomization of We Are You, representing CoPlunk, heading non-financial services. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Peter Ndumia. A round of applause, please. And then I'll hand over to Peter. Hey, you guys, applause. Otherwise, the president is not speaking. Yes, there you go. Thank you. Peter, over to you.
Thank you, Sam. I can now speak.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, dear customers, for the appreciation there. And many thanks for joining the session. Welcome. This is CoBank MSME webinar that happens every Thursday. And I'm happy and delighted to see a new customers who already joined the session. I saw you, Elizabeth Mwaora, Lawrence Otieno, Nikki Kipkoril, Lilian Wewa, Alex Katiku, Polly Karuitha, and who else? Salim Kea, Vincent, Jeffrey. I think a number of us are joining the session for the very first time. Welcome. Beatrice Mushila, Karibu, Jose Kipleting. Great. Good to see all of you who've joined the session for the very, very first time. We meet here every Thursday in this session just to learn and interact. And I'm very sure there are a number who've joined for second time, third time, and some of us have been here with us every Thursday. We really want to take this opportunity to welcome you. This is CoBank, a webinar session that is meant to help us business people to learn and also to implement some of the critical tips that would help our business to move from one level to the other. And I think today we are having a very, very good discussion on how we make our customers last with us. We are talking about customer connecting. We want the customers that we have stay with us, they last with us for many, many years, and we are able to partner with them to continue doing business with them. And we have been a very, very good speaker who will be taking us through this. And I'm excited because today we'll be talking about practical tools, and we're also having a few customers share their story. And I hope all of us are going to learn. So why do we do this? This is part of our CoBank non-financial services program, where we have several things that we do, several initiatives that helps us to grow. We have these weekly webinars. We have what we call branch business clinics. We have MSME networking forums happening across the country. Yesterday, we were in Westlands, and I met a number of us We had a very, very good discussion around how to grow our businesses through some of the solutions that we have. We also do what we call the international business trips. I think in the past, we've been able to go to China, Thailand, Israel, Turkey, Vietnam, Malaysia, just to make sure that we get exposure and meet new suppliers out of the countries. And the other thing we do is to make sure that we also have an online portal, a link that you're able to get more information on what we offer as a bank, and also some of the recordings that we have in these webinars and in some of these events, you can be able to access this. And we'll be showing you how to go about logging in that link, and you're able to get more information on the same. I think since 2018, 2019, we've been able to engage a number of our customers in these kind of platforms, both the physical and online. And we've been able to impact over 160,000 customers through this program in different sectors in trade, education, agriculture, health, manufacturing, transport, ICT, importers and exporters, among other sectors. And I think for us is really to welcome you to be part of this program. Let's be able to engage. Let us learn. Use the question and answer tab down there. Use the chat box to communicate to us. Let us participate in this particular forum so that all of us are able to learn and they are able to implement the things that we are here to learn. And so with those remarks, again, let me welcome you to participate in this session. Let's keep engaging. Over back to you, Sam, to proceed with the session.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Peter. Thank you very, very much. And also a big thank you to the rest of the team that you represent. I know that it takes a whole committee and a whole team to make this happen. So thank you so much, and send our love to the rest of the team. Now, Peter has touched on Core Bank, and so it's important to remember why we do what we do. And there's an individual who I learned from, and he said vision leaks. I think there's actually a book by that title, Vision Leaks. Every time we forget why we do what we do, every time we don't have conversations about it, easily forget. Then at some point you're like, why do we do this anyway? You know, and then it gets frustrating. But that's why we do what we do. But it's also a collaboration. So with Core Bank and African Management Institute. For those who are not familiar with, I'll just touch a little bit on who we are as African Management Institute. So it's AMI. We offer practical management and workplace training to power your growth. We know as an entrepreneur, as an SME, you have a dream, you have an ambition, and we know that it's big enough that you're here, and that reflects that it takes more than one person to make it happen. Otherwise, you wouldn't need any of this, connection and community and all that. You just go ahead and do it. But if it needs more than you to do it, then the aspect of team comes in, the people that you work with, the employees. And then it's not just about the dream, it's about the team and making sure that your team is able to help you cross that line. That's where we come in, helping provide practical management and also workplace training so that your team is able to deliver on the dream that you aspire towards. So that's pretty much who we are. A bit more would be the coverage we've had across Africa in terms of training, virtual training, very practical applications. About 42,000 people trained. We've reached people in about 39 of all the African countries. So we're really proud of that. You would be happy to know the head office is in Nairobi, Kenya. There's a regional office in Kigali, Rwanda, and a few other country representatives in different regions and countries. So that's going really well, and want to see all of Africa covered with green. It's quite interesting because Core Bank as well has the green. And I guess maybe that's also another reason for us to partner. And why are we partnering? It's because we have a like mind. We want to help the entrepreneur, we want to provide practical tools, we want to help you achieve the dream that you have. And that's the passion around that. So that's a bit of who we are and all that we're doing. And we offer very practical training. So it's virtual, it can be customized across Africa. And 97% of all those that 97% apply what they learn on the job. So we're big on checking out those statistics, people learning and people applying what they're doing. And today is going to be one of those sessions as well. So it has to be really practical. Okay. Now, in line with what we're doing in these sessions, for those especially who have been here for the first time or may have forgotten, how we typically work is we have these learning sessions. Okay, so the experiential learning labs, we like to call them, we build around practical exercises, simulations, role plays, and all those kinds of things. And then we have this online platform as well, thanks to Coop Bank. So Coop Bank, there's all these sessions are recorded and they're posited into a storage unit of them on the portal. And that can be shared right now. Actually, we can do that now. In case you want to grab that immediately, there's a link that will be shared where you can access all these recordings, including today's. And then also we want to make sure that we use this space to create a networking opportunity for you. So a bit of a commitment. How do we get business coaching? How do we connect with each other, learn from each other, grow together towards what we're trying to achieve? So that's a bit of how we roll this endeavor out. Now, for the last couple of weeks, we started, I think it was 6 weeks ago, we started with focus on crafting our business vision. How do you clarify that vision? So this is just a quick recap. How do you clarify vision? How do you define that business idea? How do you craft it into something that's very clear for you and for your team? And then the next step we went to is, okay, so how do you craft the business, not just vision, but the identity? How do you tell a compelling story about your brand, about your business, about who you are, about what you do, perhaps even why? Okay, and we've had amazing speakers in the past, and today, last week and today was dedicated towards focusing on the customer. So how do you create relationships that last? How do you understand your target audience, your customer persona? How do you implement a meaningful connection with your customer? And that's what we're covering. And then over the next couple of weeks, we'll be focusing on, okay, so how do I use technology to help me do my business? How do I focus on increasing my operational efficiency or excellence? How do you focus then on change? Okay, if change is happening and change is anything that's constant, how do I navigate change? So all these, the next 3 sessions are going to be around those topics. But today, we're coming back with part 2 of creating relationships that last. And with us is Muthoni Muchai. She's founder and CEO, Tilvera Consulting. For those who are wondering, who are you? Yes, my name is Sam Chimera. I will be your moderator for these sessions, and I'm absolutely enjoying interacting with you. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to welcome Muthoni to just say a quick hello. And then what we'll do is we'll get into a recap. Okay. She's going to walk us through a recap around this customer connect and creating relationships that last. What does that look like? But before we do that, Muthoni, we are supposed to clap and clap and clap before you come. Switch off your video, Muthoni. Fast switch off your video. Wait. My friend, we are, you see the claps are coming. The claps are coming. Now, while those claps are still happening, I want you to watch something here. Okay? Let's see, where is that? Let me see. I wanted you to watch something fantastic that Muthoni does. Just give me a second. Okay, let me stop sharing. And then, so Muthoni, wait, the claps are still coming. Claps are still coming. Just give me a moment here. Claps, yes, keep those claps coming. Where are we now? I want you to watch a video that I find does a great job of representing who our guest is today and the work that she's been up to. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Muthoni Muchai, a professional excellence life coach at the Boardroom of Life. What is the Boardroom of Life? The Boardroom of Life is a space where I work with individuals who want to harness their unique value propositions that they will bring to the Boardroom of Life. The Boardroom of Life consists of 3 spaces: career, entrepreneurship, and leadership. You have something invaluable within you that you need to harness to bring to the table. As your coach, I will work with you to help you discover with clarity and direction your passion and your purpose. Are you struggling to find what your why is? Are you struggling to smash those glass ceilings? Come, let me walk with you. Let me guide you through this journey called life. I am rooting for you.
There you go. Fantastic. Okay, so now Muthoni, you can come onto screen and say yes, then tell us good morning and all those lovely things. Yes! Your mic was on mute, by the way.
Yes, I was able to launch my microphone. I think I did a good job.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Good to see you all. Thank you for the claps. I can see love hearts. I can see party hats. Thank you, people. I feel so welcomed. Asanteni sana. Thank you.
Muthoni, what have you been up to since last week?
I took time out to relax. Remember, it was a long Easter break. Rest.
Yes.
Yeah, fellow business
Yeah.
people, is part of the job. Rest is part of the job. So that when you come back on here, you're at an energy level of 10, right? So I took time out to rest and spend time with my family. And now I am back on the grind and I'm just happy to see what the rest of April has to offer. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so what's going to happen for everyone who is here? Muthoni was kind enough to say, you know what, there's people who may be here that were not there last week. So let's take the first 10 minutes and do a quick recap, and so that everyone is up to speed. And then we start engaging with those who are going to be speaking to us about the homework they did as they get feedback. So I'm going to hand it over to Muthoni to take us away.
All right. Thank you, Sam. Good morning, everybody. And I'm so happy to see all 143 of you here. Welcome. And I hope we have a fantastic time like we did. So last week, we talked about customer experience. And we asked ourselves, how can we create lasting relationships through the experiences we give our customers?
Professional excellence life coach at the boardroom of life. What is the boardroom of life? The boardroom of life is a space where I work with individuals who
The
want
video
to
playing.
have it, where you meet
Oh, sorry about
value
that.
propositions that they will bring to the
Bear with
boardroom
me.
of life. The boardroom.
There you
Okay.
go. Apologize for that. Please carry on.
No worries. Thank you. Next slide, please. So we'll just keep going. So for those that have come to the call for the first time, my name is Muthoni Mushai. As Sam said, I am a marketing and brand enthusiast. I absolutely love sharing with companies how to tell their correct marketing narrative, how to connect with their customers, and how to build and grow their businesses. Over and above that, I am a professional excellence life coach for individuals, for groups of people, and I help people understand their why, right? The other thing is I am a student, not just of life, but I am currently pursuing my doctorate in business administration with a focus on healthcare marketing. And so I'm looking forward to the end of that journey. It's a lot. I also teach at a couple of universities in Kenya, and I teach marketing and I teach branding and all those things. So here I am, and I'm excited to be in your screens once again. Sam, do you want us to do the icebreaker or we go to the recap? We can go to the next slide so that we come back here. So we did talk about the customer being centric. The customer, whether it's a Mama Mboga's customer, whether it is the lady in perhaps a co-op bank in corporate sales, we talked about the pivotal point is the customer. The customer is centric. Without the customer, they both would not be in any business. And it is in their best interest to make sure that this particular customer comes back and keeps coming back, because this same customer is going to be able to tell other people about their businesses, which is called word of mouth. Next slide. And we asked ourselves, what is the difference between service and experience? And we discovered that customer service is a one-time event. Customer service is reactive. If you're having a problem, I saw somebody asking a question in the Q&A box. Somebody is asking a question. Co-op Bank is going to respond. Somebody from Co-op Bank is going to respond. That is going to be a service you're giving this person. It is reactive. They are asking a question about a certain problem they're having, and therefore the bank is going to come and answer. That's a service. But what is experience? And we try to find out, how can we differentiate customer service and customer experience? Customer experience would be from the beginning of your customer experiencing what your brand is, when they hear about it, to when they interact with your brand, to when they make a purchase, to post-purchase. The entire customer journey is the experience. So I know we focus a lot on customer service in general, but experience is where it's at. If I have a good experience from the first time, even if it was just a service I was getting from the bank or any other business, then I'm most likely to carry on with the journey with this particular brand or business. Next slide. And we continue to ask ourselves, how can we make sure that we are giving our customers the best experience. We talked about, remember, loyalty and satisfaction. And we asked ourselves, how can we just not have a satisfied customer? And for those who are coming in for the first time, a satisfied customer is if I come to your fast food restaurant and you sell chips, you're called James Chips and Fish Chip Shop, and I don't find chips, then there's going to be a problem. But if I come and I find chips, then I'll be satisfied because that's what I was looking for. But if somehow you're offering me an extra something, an extra pack of mayonnaise or ketchup for free, or you're giving me a discount on a soda, I'll be like, wow, you've exceeded my expectations. And you're most likely to draw a loyal customer from a satisfied experience. And we were able to see that we need to be able to focus on creating loyalty with our customers because satisfaction is fleeting. Satisfaction is fleeting. The minute the next another competitor has a better selling proposition or a unique value proposition, your customer is going to be gone like the wind. No loyalty is there. So we asked ourselves, how can we ensure that we are building or we are growing a loyal customer base? All right, Sam, our slides are off. We need to keep moving. We talked about the benefits we might get from giving our customers a great experience. We talked about more than nine times, your customers are likely 9 times more to recommend you if they have a good experience, 8 times more likely to trust you, 7 times more likely to forgive you when you upset them, and they possibly they will buy again. All right. But the opposite is also true. When a customer has had a negative experience, 39% will decrease their spending. 39% will decrease the amount of money that they spend in your business. 17% will stop spending altogether, possibly go and keyboard warrior your brand on Twitter, on X, or any other social media platform. So good and bad experience, the customer is going to be talking about it. So would you rather that they talk about the positive things about your business to grow your customer base by word of mouth? I think so. Next, we also talked about the myriad of benefits a great customer experience will have on your business. You can see them there on the screen. Reduced customer attrition, influencing repurchase. This customer is likely to come back. Increase your brand credibility, increase your sales or your profits, spreading positive word of mouth. We've talked about this. You save customer acquisition costs because you already have customers who are willing to repurchase. You gain valuable insights into your customers. You have a heightened customer brand loyalty and satisfaction from the people that you're serving. All right. I've explained, we've talked about the difference between loyalty and satisfaction, and we have said that it's just not enough to have a satisfied customer. Can we go over and above? Can we go over and above what we're offering our customers so that we can build a loyalty base, a loyal customer base? So one other thing is having service beyond satisfaction. How can we make sure that we are giving our customers, whether it is a product or a service that exceeds, not just meet the expectation, but exceeds their expectation? And because of this, I was listening to Peter, the head of non-financial services at Co-op Bank. And the one thing Co-op Bank has been is extremely consistent. There's not a time Peter has not been on these calls to talk to his customers, explaining what they're doing, what new programs they have formulated to better the lives of their consumers, to better the lives of their customers. So kudos Co-op Bank for being consistent. I know you have loyal customers by virtue of the fact that you do this. In fact, I was asking myself, why do I not have an account with Co-op Bank? If this is the kind of treatment you're giving your customers, I want to be a part of that experience. And allow me to say this here. I've not been paid to say this. This is not a paid advert. I'm just happy to see how Co-op Bank is investing in their customers. And I assure you, they're reaping their benefits. What Co-op Bank is doing is what all of us need to do, and is what Maya Angelou actually reiterated, that people will forget what you said to them, people will forget what you did for them, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So ladies and gentlemen, in your businesses, strive to leave your customers with a fantastic experience, because the customer experience matters, all right? So we talked about, in conclusion, the 3 R's and 1 C, which was more of how can we then put what we've learned into practice? How do we deliver a powerful customer experience? How do we get to the granular level of customer experience? How do we make it come alive in our own businesses? And we talked about the 3 R's and a C: relevance, reliable, responsive, and convenient. And we talked about all this and said to ourselves, we must be able to apply this in how we are managing our customers. And our final quotation, and I know some of you agree with me, is that customers are like teeth. If you ignore them, they are going to go away. So that is where we concluded our conversation last week. And this week, we're looking forward to seeing how some of you applied or are planning to apply the 3 R's and 1 C. And I was so happy to read your submissions, and I'm going to share with you in a little while after your presentations what my thoughts are about it and how we can make our plans more robust so that we make sure our customer experience matters, that we are drawing loyal customers who are going to be with us for a long time, who end up being our brand ambassadors, who are going to end up helping us increase our sales. Thank you.
Wow, Modoni, you managed to get everyone up to speed in such a short time. That's amazing how you did that. You know what? Let's take 1 minute, especially because we have so many of us who are not here last week. What are your key reflections, even from that very 5, 6, 7 minute recap of last week? What are the key ideas that are jumping out at you that you say, oh, I need to act on this. Oh, I need to think about this. Okay. And then after that, we'll have our responses. We'll show you what some of you shared. And I know that we've been having some challenges just making sure that all the people who submitted are here. I think they're having some connection problems. But once we just confirm that, then we'll get into giving them the mic and they get to share and they get to have feedback directly from Modoni. But before we do that, let's do this. Okay, so some quick feedback on what you've learned. What have you learned? Okay, I like to joke and say, there's so many kingdom people here. You know, when you go to church, and then you leave saying, my goodness, the man or woman of God preached. I'm telling you, it was powerful. It was amazing. And then someone says, what did they say? Say, I don't know what to tell you. You should have been there. So what did they say? Let me tell you, next week, just come early. So let's make it more clear. Let's not just say, that lady who came is amazing. No, what have you learned? What are you learning right now? Put that in the chat. So I'm giving you a minute for that. What are you learning, even from the short delivery that Modoni has just recapped? What are you learning? And then we'll get into the specifics of those who submitted. So I'll give Modoni a chance to get a drink of water. I know she's going to be speaking with us and she'll need that water. Okay, keep that coming through and I'll read those responses. Yes, as specific as possible. If you can include what are you going to do? Yes, this is amazing. I'm glad no one is saying, wait, that lady knows what she's talking about. In fact, I know that's why she's a lecturer. Yeah, that's it. That's why she's a successful businessman. She's amazing. Grace, thank you, Modoni. We learned a lot last Thursday. Grace, we want specifics. What did you learn? Okay. Grace says branding is key. Felix is incredible. I wish I could award you. Natasha, I like this. Sometimes I like to put myself in my customer's shoes. How would I like receiving the service my business gives? I love that. The benefit of customer satisfaction. Peter says consistency is key. Let's see where we are. Maureen says the better your customer experience is, the higher the chance for your customers to refer you, come back and forgive you. Yes, whenever you mess up. I have a story to the same, but I'll maybe give it to you at the end. Dr. Rungu says customer experience is different from customer satisfaction. Yes, beyond the satisfaction, what's the experience? Henry, unique value proposition. David, one lesson, take care of your customers graciously. They are like teeth. Yes, ignore them and they fly away like an eagle. Yeah, Modoni, yes, let's keep them coming. She says, Godwin, what I learned, impact of customer satisfaction to business. It helps to get them back again. I'll just read a few more. Let's see. Giving customer good experience, very important. Edwin says, I have learned the customer experience matters additionally 3 hours and 1 C. Okay, that business must strive to work harder. I missed that. Okay, business sustainability. Okay, so obviously the last quiz I'm giving you now before we get into the specifics. Dr. Irungu has a question. How are they like teeth? Well, if you don't take care of your teeth, they tend to drop out, or they, you know, Dr. Irungu, how are they like teeth? This sounds like secondary school question. How are they like teeth? Discuss. She's equal to the task. You have done well. Okay, so the last one before we hand back to Muthoni is, she said 3 R's and 1 C. So I'm also adding my teacher qualities here. What are the 3 R's? Type them in. 3 R's, 1 C. Type them in the chat. 3 R's, 1 C. Type them in the chat. 3 R's, 1 C. Type them in the chat. Felix says customers are like, always right. Okay, Muthoni, I like that. There's fire there, so you're going to have to qualify that. Most of us were taught customer is always right. The customer is always right. But Muthoni says, no. The customer is not always right. We're getting into that. Please save 2 minutes to discuss that. But 3 R's, 1 C. What are the 3 R's and the 1 C? Okay. Okay, Maureen. Hey, Maureen, you're way ahead of everyone. Relevant, reliable, responsive, and convenient. I think that's a good point for us to switch to what responses we had. I'm just going to check with Fiona. Could you just kindly confirm who is going to be going first? Nehemiah, I think Nehemiah is here. Let's see. Okay, Nehemiah, is your mic open? Nehemiah submitted his response.
Hello.
Nehemiah, yes, is that you, Nehemiah? Just double checking.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hey, yes, Mr. Musindi, how are you doing?
I'm very well, and you?
I am very well. We can hear you well. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you 4 minutes to speak about this exercise that you did, and then you'll get direct feedback from Muthoni as the others come on. So directly, let me hand over to you. Nehemiah, go ahead.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I can hear you. Please carry on.
Yes, my name is Nehemiah Musindi. I'm from Kakamega. I'm the one who runs Kakamega Physiotherapy and Allied Services. There's a physiotherapy clinic right in town.
Nehemiah?
So, yes?
There's a very great employee who is working very hard behind you. Can they just wait on the banging for just a few minutes as you present?
Well, they are in a different compound. I don't know how we shall do it.
Oh, can you find a quieter place? Because they are working really hard and we appreciate it, but it's bleeding into the meeting.
Yeah, let me see. Let me try to move a bit and see.
Yes. So that it's much better, sir. Please carry on now. But you remember you have 4 minutes, so you can start now. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to gobble some of the things I thought would be relevant, and I'll just go straight into what I wrote. There was the aspect which is relevant experience, and to me, as far as the business is concerned, the way I've done is that services are tailored towards the client's needs. One thing I've realized is that every client has got different needs. So what we did is I tried to look and felt that the best way to go about this is to tailor these services according to the needs of each and individual client. And towards that, what I did is that we usually give time to clients to be able to express themselves, because, you know, we want to know what brings them for our services. We want to know how long the issue has been going on and what they expect from me. And then another way to make sure that the experience is good is that I keep the data of these clients away from others, so that, you know, there is that confidentiality and privacy, so that whatever I do to one client is not known to the other clients. And then there is also the other one where we look at the approach. There is different approaches as per different age groups. You know, I attend to children, I attend to youth, I attend to adults, and the age. So the approach towards the management of these groups is different. And then there are also situations where you find that a certain gender will come in, maybe a lady from, say, a particular religious group, and they say that they don't want to be attended to by a man. So what we do is we are responsible in that we find, if it's a lady and they want to be attended to by a lady, then I'll get a lady to do that. And then on reliability, what I've done is that I've ensured that the services are available on demand. And then another thing is that the services are not standard. This is insofar as the approaches are concerned. So towards this, I've tried to make the working hours to be flexible. You know, there is this, there's been this concept of 8 to 5, whereby everybody expects to be served from 8 to 5 in the evening, and then the services are no longer there. But for me, I've tried to make it different in that even if you wanted services after 5, all you need to do is just to get in touch, and then I'll arrange. And towards that, what I do, I usually leave earliest at 7 in the evening, so that the people who are maybe working away from Kakamega can be able to come back to Kakamega and they get the service, the physiotherapy services that they require. And then also, I changed this concept of Monday to Friday, whereby now everybody wants to rest on Saturday and Sunday, such that if you wanted the services on Saturday or even on Sunday, I'm there. And then another thing that I've done is that we have the requisite tools for management, so that if we need to use this particular tool to attend to this patient, it is there. And then the other way is keeping abreast with the new management techniques, because you know, in health, there is dynamism. Things are changing almost on a daily basis. So we need to keep in touch to know which are the new techniques which are being used elsewhere to get better results for our clients. And then on the aspect of responsive support, what I've done is that we have a network of related services and goods providers in place. You know, I've got a number of people who supply goods. I've got service providers who are colleagues who are not necessarily in my place. But if I find that a particular client requires this kind of service, I get in touch with that colleague, then they can come and attend to the client here or wherever they want. And then it was also, as far as the payments are concerned, you can be made electronically or in cash. And then there is also the referrals, which can be done when there is need, when the client is not responding appropriately. You might find that you are attending to a client, but they're not responding as you expected. So you need to get a second opinion. And towards this, what I do is I refer these clients to the other specialists. And also you'll find that there are some clients who need some assistive devices, like, you know, we're dealing with the physical medicine. You might find somebody who needs like an arm sling, somebody who needs a back corset, a lumbar corset, somebody who needs maybe a knee brace and something like that. So when they require this kind of devices, we'll usually refer, or where the client is willing, we can order for them, and then they can come and get them from our place. And then when it comes to convenience, as far as Kakamega Physiotherapy is concerned, the location is fairly central and accessible. You can access it because the road network is okay. You can also use the mobile telephony, or even do an email or a WhatsApp, and we can be able to get in touch with you. And as far as what we have done also is that we have alternatives, whereby, you know, there are some clients who would need domiciliary services to be done in the comfort of their homes. So what we do is we agree with you, and then we can come to your home, we give you the services, and then you pay for it. And then finally, I would want to say that the Hello.
Now I missed
Hello?
you there. What you said finally?
Finally, that the charges are pocket friendly, and
Oh, okay,
this
okay.
has been done to suit the clientele because, when you look at Kakamega and the surrounding areas,
Yeah.
this is mostly agricultural, and people around here don't have much money. So we look at that, and we try to ensure that the charges are what the clients can afford. I would want to
Very
stop
good.
at that and wait for the comments from Modoni.
Very good. So Modoni is going to provide comments. I also want you to think about, as she provides the comments, if you had
Yes.
one question to ask Modoni, what would it be? So just think about that. But for now, I'll turn it to Modoni to provide some reflections. Modoni.
Thank you.
Oh, Modoni, you're on mute. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that. So Nehemiah Muhatia, fantastic what you're doing, physiotherapy in Kakamega. I've enjoyed listening to you and the value propositions you're offering your customers. And I really like how you are wanting to give a relevant experience to your customers. I can see in the action steps you're taking is that you want to give clients time to express themselves. So meaning you want to listen to them, to hear them with an intention of understanding so that you can act appropriately. And that's fantastic. I see also that you have realized that you have different demographics based on religion, based on age, based on timely needs, and maybe even the economic needs. And this is important because then you're able to tailor make each offering to each of those people. But I just want to let you know, Nehemiah, that you can't be everything to everybody. I know money can be good and money can be sweet, but you cannot be everything to everybody. You need to be able to understand the niche that serves you best. From a business perspective, what niche gives you the most money as a business? Remember, the bottom line of a business is to make money, is to make profits, right? So which of your demographics do you need to spend more time on so that you can yield maximum returns? Because if you really break them down to really, really smaller subgroups, you're going to stretch yourself too much. Remember, Nehemiah, you cannot be everything to everybody. The other thing I'd like you to think about, which I think for me is impressive, when you talk about being flexible, you're really actually meeting the client where they need to be met. Yeah, so that is a good thing. You're not so stuck on the 8 to 5, and that is amazing. But I have a question for you. How do your customers know that you want to put this in place or this is already in place? Do you have a way you're communicating with your customers? Are you telling them, we are now flexible in our hours, you can find us, blah, 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 or you can book your appointment in this way, etc. Have you informed your clients of these things? Are they aware? If not, then you need to think about how you're going to work on your communication to the demographics you have selected or you have chosen. And you need to be consistent. You need to be consistent in how you are communicating to these people. They need to know you have payment flexibilities, you have time flexibilities in terms of patient confidentiality. Patient physiotherapist confidentiality, that's a huge thing. So you need to be able to communicate this and communicate this effectively. I like that you are willing to listen to your customers. How are you following up on customer complaints? Do you have a system in place where customers can actually give you feedback right after their treatment? You need to think about this also, because planning to do all these things, then you need to be able to measure the impact of the steps you are taking. So you might have a table where you write the customers' names, what treatment was done, what was the feedback afterwards, and even they can even write it in real time as they're leaving. Oh, please let us know your feedback. How did you? And just have, Likert scale, very easy. They can 1 to 5, they can choose something, or maybe smiley face, sad face, and a normal face, where they can actually just give really quick feedback, which you can follow up on if need be. But great job, Nehemiah. You're on for greatness, and I think your customers are going to experience this newness of your business. Congratulations and well done.
Nehemiah, thank you so much, Modoni. Nehemiah, I'd like to, if you could do a quick response to how are your customers finding out about all this awesome stuff that you're doing? And also if you have one question for Modoni, then we'll go to another person. Nehemiah?
Thank you. Okay, as for communication, when I was starting, I did some banners, which were stationed in strategic areas around where I do the business, and then I also did business cards, and then also. One good thing about me is that I've been in civil service for some time, and I know quite a number of doctors. So what I've been doing is that I've been getting to them to let them know that I have this kind of services, and this is where the business is situated. So that is how I've also been getting the referrals. And then the other way of getting clients is been through the clients referring others after the service. They'll come for the services, and when they get impressed and they get somebody who's having a similar problem, they'll say, oh, I went to Kakamega Physiotherapy and the experience was wonderful. And you find them calling and then saying that, are you available so that I can come for services? So those are some of the few ways I've been doing it. And there is also, I'm also on the Google Map, so that when somebody requires physiotherapy services in Kakamega,
I'll find you.
Fantastic. Oh, Nehemiah is, I think, coming back. I think he's struggling with. Nehemiah, I think you're having some challenges, but if you may allow me to move you forward, what's one question you'd have for Muthoni? How can Muthoni support you this morning? Nehemiah? Let's just give it a few seconds, everyone. Thank you for your patience. Nehemiah, if you can.
Yeah,
Yes.
What I would just want to say is that now that she has given us her contacts, if I have an issue, I would get to her personally through email, and then we can communicate. But
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
I have one thing to add for you, Nehemiah.
Yes.
As you end, I need you to make SMART goals, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. Then measure. Remember, you cannot know the success of the things you are doing if you're not measuring. You must be able to measure the impact of everything you choose to do. So it needs to appear under a SMART structure, so you're able to know, is this a SMART goal? Can I measure it? How do I measure my referrals? How do I know that the number of referrals have come from this number of doctors? How do I measure if you attend a CME, and I know you know what a CME is, am I going to get referrals from the CME, and how many actually walk through my door? SMS, WhatsApp, measure, measure, measure. Look at the feedback you're getting for your customers. Look at it again, go back to it after you've done something about it and see the impact it's having on your business. It's great to have this fantastic plan, but measure, measure, measure the impact of them all. I wish you all the best, Nehemiah. And when I'm in
Thank you so much.
bye.
Thank you.
Very good. If I may add, I think, Muthoni, if I'm not wrong, what you're indicating is the reason for measuring is that it can help us to clarify where our business is coming from. I think you started by saying you can't be everything to everybody. So when you measure, then you really know who is your customer, who's paying the most, who is coming back, who is referring to you, then you can focus on that. Was that the idea?
Absolutely. And numbers don't lie. I mean, in business, guys, numbers don't lie. Your business must be data-driven. How then do you measure profitability? Business, no matter what business you're in. Last week, we had people from all sorts of sectors. There's no business that's not data-driven that is not successful. You must have a data-driven business. Measure everything, then make decisions based on that.
Very good. Okay, so I'm going to change up a bit about what we're going to do. I know we were supposed to have Jane and Joram and a few other people, but they were not able to be with us because of connection issues and so on. What I want us to do, which is, I think, maybe even hopefully a more functional idea for everyone. The two had 3 R's, and we've mentioned them, and 1 C. Relevant, reliable, responsive, and 1 C. What I want you to do is we're going to take 2 minutes of reflection, okay? 2 minutes, only 2 minutes. The slide is on the screen. You can see the tool as provided by Muthoni. So the tool emphasizes the importance of delivering a powerful customer experience by focusing on these key areas. I want you to think about your business. If you have a pen and paper, let's make it really practical. How are you being relevant? How are you being reliable? How are you being responsive? And how are you making your service or product convenient for your customer? So 2-minute reflection, okay? 2-minute reflection, get a pen and paper. And at the end of the 2 minutes, I want to invite as many as we can. So a few people just to share, this is what I'm, when it comes to relevant, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing when it comes to being reliable. This is what I'm doing for responsive. This is what I'm doing to make my service convenient. But this is one question I would like to ask Muthoni. So that's going to be the format of our presentation, okay? So 2 minutes. First of all, let me just double check in the messages. If you understand the instructions, type yes in the chat. Okay, if you understand the instructions, type yes. I just want to make sure that we're together. Type yes in the chat if you understand the instructions. Just want to make sure we're not leaving anyone behind. And type no if it's not clear. Okay, there's quite a number of yeses. Okay, great. So since there's a few yeses coming through, let's take the 2 minutes starting now to reflect on this. Muthoni, would you like to add something?
Yes, for the newcomers and the people who are joining us, Vitalis Nyagwan just joined. Let me just explain what the 3 R's and 1 C is for the benefit of the people who might not have caught that, all right? So we said that the 3 R's and 1 C are going to help us deliver a powerful customer experience. So let me explain to you what the 3 R's and 1 C is so that you're able to, for example, when we talk about relevant experience, how are you personalizing the experience for your customer? How are you offering your customer what they need when they need it? Relevant, meeting the customer's needs, not you assuming what the customer would like. Number 2, reliability. How are you reliable? Are you keeping your brand promise? If you say that you offer, for example, you have an M-Pesa shop and you offer M-Pesa services, or you're an agent rather, an M-Pesa agent. If I come to your shop, I expect you to have float. The purpose of your business is to be able to help me carry out financial services. But if I'm always coming to your shop, hauna float, umefunga duka, you've gone lunch 1 hour, I don't think you're being very reliable. You need to be able to keep your brand promise. Your brand promise is what you say you're going to deliver, and doing it, remember, exceedingly and abundantly, what more than your customer would like or is expecting. Responsiveness. Are we listening to our clients with the intention of understanding and not reacting? So we listen to their complaints, we listen to their positive feedback, we listen to what else they would like tweaked or done, or listening intentively, putting your ear on the ground and being able to deliver to these customers in a reliable way, responsively. We're talking about responsiveness. So understanding with the view of acting. The last but not least is a convenience. Choice, consistency, and timeliness. Are you offering a convenient service? Are you being where the customer needs you to be? Are you offering them consistency? I talked about how I absolutely love how Co-op Bank has been consistent with these webinars, you know, and now I feel like I want to be a part. I mean, just how much more would they do for me as an individual customer? So they've been consistent to this. The timelines have been consistent. When you tell your client you will deliver something at 5 p.m., please do it by 5 p.m. Move heaven enough to make sure you keep your word. Kusema na kutenda. So if at 5 p.m. something has happened, life happens, you're not able to pick up your phone. I'm very sorry, dear customer, we're unable to meet our 5 p.m. deadline, but please give us until XX. Keep following up. Have you received it? Are you okay? That is the consistency we're talking about. That is being convenient, showing the customer that you care about their times as well, their timelines. So I hope I have the sort of, you know, given some insight into what the 3 R's and 1 C is. If we're pamoja, put a thumbs up or wave. If not, you can ask your question and I'm sure we shall get to it. So I also is asking something which I think is important. Can I go ahead, Sam, or
sure?
Okay.
So
no, also asking, how can Mama Mboga do all those procedures to get feedback from the clients? Do you offer any extra support even if it is payment? So I don't understand the second part, but I am understanding you're wondering, what will Mama Mboga do? Guys, Mama Mboga can only do at the level she's at. If you go buy vegetables from, remember we called her Wanjogo last week from Umoja Inako, and she has a kibanda and she sells fruits and vegetables. How will Mama Mboga collect feedback? I go there every evening. Habari Mama Wangeshi, by the way. Habari Mama Wangeshi, leo utanunua nini? What will you buy today? I said, today you can give me 10 tomatoes, 1 bunch of bananas. Oh, naza last week, by the way, zilikuwaje? Zilikuwa sawa. Ah, okay. Isn't that not customer feedback? Is it not? That's customer feedback. Or you even upskill and you tell her, I've realized you're coming very late and you're buying sukuma wiki. Naweza kuwa na kukatakatia, ndio kikuja tu unachukua unaenda. Utaweza kuwa unanipatia order yako the day before. Guys, is that not collecting customer feedback? Is that not creating convenience for my customer? Am I not keeping my reliability and brand promise? Where you are, stop thinking corporate. Stop complicating things. Stop thinking, oh my God, I need to have a CRM system. If you can do it, fantastic. Meet your client where you're able to meet them. That's how you're going to grow. Eventually, Mama Mboga might even have her own stone shop. She might even be able to employ somebody else, you know, and her systems will keep changing as her business grows. Stop overthinking. Stop overcomplicating customer experience. Stop it. Meet your client where they want to be met. Remember, where they want to be met, sorry. Meet your client where they want to be met. Meet your client, what am I saying? Meet your client where they want to be met.
To be met, yes. But also in addition to Mama Mboga, like for instance, where the lady who provides the our Mama Mboga, like there's a guy who delivers and she works with him. So even if you're home and, oh, I forgot, you know how you get home and you're like, I forgot, I don't want to drive out, I don't want to, just call her and she can send the guy on a boda. It's like, oh, that's convenient. Or even, oh yeah, the things we got last week, there was a bad melon. And like, oh, sorry about that. Then she gives you a discount on this other one. Even that, I realize, is part of relevant, reliable, even convenient and responsive. Right? Now, let me ask, who wants to, do we have 1 or 2 people who are ready to share? So this time, raise your hand if you can take 3 or 4 minutes. You present what you're doing in all these areas and the key question that you would have for Muthoni, who is our coach for the day. Okay. Let's see. I'm just looking, where am I looking? Oh, yes. I'm looking at for hands up. Lillian, is that Lillian? I see that your hand is up. Would you like to? Or Lillian's hand was up a bit earlier on. I think it might have been different. Okay, so Hosea, you have 3 minutes because we want to make sure we hear as many people as possible. Please use your mic. Tell us what you're doing with in the spaces of the 3 R's and the 1C, and your key question for Muthoni. But of course, tell us a little bit about what you do so we understand. Hosea, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I'm Hosea from Eldoret. I do online services and cyber services. And on my side, I think I've learned on how to deal with the customers, especially those that you are attending to today and tomorrow will be here for other services. On my part, that has helped me and grow is whenever I receive a customer, in the first place, I will that instant of greetings of how was our services the last time, today how can we help you. If it is something that it is vigorous and I cannot solve on my side, I usually tend to tell my customers, wait a little bit, I will try to know about it and then visit me the next hour. With these online works, you know that you can get to know something in an eye, only that you can be dealing with them. Number 2, also to deal with clients, especially those that are, they tend to fume at when you tend to attend to them. Other times you may do some services that will backfire. What you will have to do is you will try to buy time from clients, explain to them on how it didn't happen, or maybe there was online or internet issues, so that when they come back next time, you will deal with them according to how you plan yourself. So to me, on my side, is dealing with the clients and dealing with those people that we want them to come back every day, those that we want them to join us in each and every time. And to bring other clients is we try to give humble response and give humble time to them. Yeah, thank you.
And Hosea, what key question would you like to ask Modoni?
I wanted to ask Mudhoni, there is a challenge that I was having the other time about when you try to do this advertisement of a business and then you tend being attacked online, that you find your business now coming down each and every time. So how can we be able to tackle the challenges of internet that you're being attacked online? Yeah.
Very good. Modoni, did you get the question?
Yes, but it's a bit ambiguous because when you
Yeah.
say you're being attacked, I need to have
Is it-
background. What were you doing?
Yeah.
What does
But,
it mean? Yeah, it's a bit ambiguous.
and what kind of attack was this? Was it a software kind of attack? Since you're in cyber, was it people attacking you for comments you had made? Hosea, could you confirm just very quickly?
Okay, to confirm is it is attack of other businessmen that we work on the same field, like
Competitors.
today, yeah, competitors. Like today, I'm advertising that I will be doing all visa applications, but now you tend to hear another virtual way. Another person say, "Do not go to that place. Come to my place." Like,
Oh.
yeah, something like that.
Okay. Modoni, you're good? Okay,
Yes.
good. Thank you. Thank you, Hosea, very much. Over to you, Modoni.
Great. Hosea, thank you so much for your question, and I'm happy to hear that you're doing cyber services in Kisumu. So how do we deal with competitors' negative remarks? Guess what? You can only focus on you. Do you have control over what competitors say? No. Do you have control over what competitors do? No. You can only focus on you. Focus on the things that you have control on, and focus on the things that will bring you results. If you're advertising that you're doing visa applications, blast out the message, put banners, go wherever your budget allows you to go to talk about the service you're doing, do it. When that customer walks into your door and you help them with a visa application and they're happy, guess what? They become your walking brand ambassador. So the negative comments of the competitor then are put to bed, really. Focus on you. And this goes to any other business people that face negative comments or remarks, whether it's online, whether it's face-to-face, or as we say, moshene, uko inje. Focus on you. You can only focus on the things that you can control. What you can't control, let it be. If you focus on offering a unique value proposition, if you say maybe every Thursday and Wednesday we do visa application, and you sit there diligently, as you said, meeting the clients where they are, talking to them humbly, listening to their needs, the customer is going to come back and refer their relative or their friend. That you can control that. But if you allow this negative feedback, you're doing yourself a disservice. Rise above. When they go high, you go low. All the best.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so here's what we could do, maybe just to maximize the time. There's some questions that are in the chat. We're going to bring them up. And if you have any key questions, because we want to maximize our coach's time, if you have any key questions relating to the subject of connecting with your customer, anything with the 3 R's or 1C, or something that may be only loosely related, as long as it's to do with your customer and connecting, what challenge are you having, just put it in the chat so that we can get some quick responses from Modoni, and that's where we will end for today. Fiona indicated, how do you overcome customer objections? Would that be similar? They go high, you go low. They go low, you go high. Is that?
Again, it's ambiguous. We say customer objection. Is the customer objecting? They objecting? We need a little more context so that we can know how to answer that question. What do you mean customer objection?
All right, that needs clarification, but I think someone else also indicated, they said rogue customer. I guess that's also not as clear, but I get the sense that we're asking about difficult customers. How do you gain emotional intelligence in dealing with the difficult, quote unquote, customer, yet they have this potential?
Emotional intelligence is the new, so there's EQ and there's EI. There's emotional intelligence, and then the other one is?
Emotional quotient.
No, emotional intelligence and just intelligence, like just smart.
IQ versus
So
EQ.
Exactly. So EQ is a new EQ. Intelligence will help you open your shop. Intelligence will help you get capital to build your business. Intelligence will help you maybe network, put up posters, you're doing visa applications, or I'm doing physiotherapy in Kakamega town. You're intelligent and you know you can do it. You have the skills, you have the power, you have all that. Emotional intelligence is where it's at. What does that mean? Emotional intelligence means you're empathetic to your customers. You are listening. There's no customer, and you can tell me in the chat comments, when you are upset about something and you're talking to somebody, if they're raising their voice or looking visibly upset with you, you're both going to be at the same level. But if this person is coming at you with a lot of, they're so passionate about saying they're upset and they're not happy because of 1, 2, 3, 4, but you're calm and you tell them, if I hear you correctly, you're saying that you're unhappy about 1, 2, 3, 4. Allow me to check on this. We talked about this last week, didn't we? Allow me to check on this and I just come back to you. Because remember, our aim is to deliver our brand promise. We want not only for you to be satisfied, but for you to be loyal. Do you honestly think when you're talking to them at that volume, they're going to still come at you? I think it will tone them down a little bit. So being empathetic means you're really listening to what the customer is saying. Repeat what the customer is saying. Be calm as you're telling them. And I also want you to know, sometimes you can do everything by the book and it still won't work. And it's okay if that one customer chooses to move away because you just can't get along. Last week's icebreaker was about the qualities you value in a relationship. Not all relationships are for you. But let that not be your mantra that, huyo amenikasirikia hata sitaki biashara yake. Let that
There are
not
many
be.
customers out there.
Yeah, so let's always try in our hearts and in our minds to ensure we create a good experience with our customers, even if we know they could be wrong. For us is to maintain our calm, to listen, to understand, why is this customer really upset? And if truly they are valid, let's apologize. Let's make good. Let's see, how can we give them a good experience that they will talk about? Put yourself in their shoes. How would you like to be treated in that case? What can you do for them? How can you build that relationship? And also remember, businessmen and women, not every relationship works. So it's okay sometimes to just say, for peace of heart and mind, and because it doesn't seem like we're ever going to be able to be everything for everybody, remember that it's okay to let that customer go. You're on your mambo ground. It's the reality.
Okay, so this sounds like a good point to bring back that contention with Muthoni. You disrupted all our education growing up. We were always told the customer is always right. Muthoni comes on this session, she says, no, the customer is not always right. Please explain.
So I'll tell you what, this notion was actually coined in 1970, that the customer is king. And why did they coin that? Because it was supposed to bring the customer centricity. Like, let's focus on customers, which is good, okay? Let's not just focus on employees and focus on ourselves, but let's focus on the customer. What does the customer really want? How can we make it better for them? How can we increase the sales if we are meeting our customers where they want to be met? This is where it came from. But over time, things have evolved, because what has happened, customer is king has become a mantra. It has become like the creed for the customer, and means that they can get away with anything. We have seen it happen. So it's gotten out of context. Why is the customer king? The customer is king because we're going to focus on the customer. We've just said we're going to listen to the customer. We're going to be calm. We're going to repeat. We're going to act. We're going to listen with an intention of understanding, then act, okay? But here comes a situation where you've done your research and development. Your customer is telling you this thing is not going to work. You know, you have tried and tested. You have the budgets, you've done desktop research or whatever kind of research. You know it's going to work. So what do? Let the customer be. You can offer them an alternative to their reasoning, but you cannot change their mind of thinking. Focus on you from a perspective of, how do I meet this client where they want to be met? And also, are you able to meet their needs? If not, it's okay. Again, you can't be everything to everybody. The customer is not so fixated on being right. Do you know what the customer is fixated on? Being heard and listened. Being heard and listened to. That is what is most important for the customer. And that is where emotional intelligence applies. Why is the customer saying these things? Are we able to take this feedback objectively and work on it, or think about it and say, okay, I've taken time to think about it, it doesn't apply, or it applies? You need to apply emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence can be learned. You might not have it, but you can learn emotional intelligence. So we need to be empathetic. We need to be able to know how to socialize with our customers. We need to be able to listen to our customers. We need to be able to take feedback, whether it is good or bad. We need to be able to rise above that heated kind of conversation with our clients.
Fantastic. The customer is not as concerned about being right as we think, but you know that the customer is concerned about being heard. So are we listening to the customer? Okay, fantastic. Okay, so quick fire. I think kindly look at the chat, Muthoni. I know some may need more information, but if this is all the information you had, let's start with Joel. What advice would Muthoni give to a newly started money lending business on how to ensure the customers come back again? What can I do? What would your tips be?
First of all, look at what are you offering them? How are you speaking to them? Are you making follow-ups with your customers? Are you exceeding the expectation that this is what they've come into the shop for? But what can you do? What is this unique value proposition that you can give them? You need to think about that, Charles, sorry. Is it Charles or Sam? Sorry, it's Sam.
Let's take it as both. It was Joe. It was Joe.
Sorry, Joe.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
Joe,
yeah.
think about the unique thing that you can offer that's going to rise above the competition, that's going to make your customers keep coming back and stay loyal to you. How you speak to your customer is going to make the difference. So remember, customer experience is its art. Okay.
Charles says, I've paid 4 months rent, no sales for my small auto spare part. Should I close the shop? What am I missing? Where would you start, Muthoni?
Charles, I would do an audit. Why are you not making any sales? Why are you not making? We need to understand why you're not. Were you making sales before the 4 months? And if so, what worked? What did not work? Sit down and have a candid conversation with yourself. Remember the 4 P's of marketing: people, place, promotion, and price. Look at those 4 things. What works? What does not work? Look at your competition around your area. What are they doing or not doing? Has the dollar rate also affected the things that you're bringing in? I'm assuming spare parts you're importing. Has that affected? Okay. Is the rent in your shop, does it make sense with the kind of business you're doing? Is there someone else you can share? So there's a lot of things, Charles, but what I need you to do is do an audit, a very, very objective audit. You can even have somebody do it for you. Just, what do you think is my problem? This is what I've written. Let somebody else look at these issues you're discussing. You can also call me. And I can give you some business coaching and ideas, and we can crack and get to the bottom of this matter. But we can't just give a blanket answer to that. Yeah.
How frequently are you doing these audits for your business? Or how frequently should we consider doing these audits?
Every week, weekly. Call yourself weekly for a meeting to analyze what the week was like. What are you looking forward to the week that's coming? Don't wait until a month or 3 months to do an audit. Things are going to fall through the cracks. Okay, so on Fridays, for instance, let me tell you what we do in our company. Okay, in Tilvera Consulting, we meet every single Friday to do what we call a review meeting. So review what happened in the week. What are we looking forward to the following week? Everybody comes and says, these were my goals. These were the goals. What did I achieve? What did I not achieve? And what can I do better? It doesn't have to be 3, 4, 5 hour close bilateral talks meeting. Just have a meeting. If you're an entrepreneur and you're by yourself, a sole proprietor.
Muthoni, could you break it down again? Just break it down. I like how simple it is. Just break it down again.
Okay. So every week, have a meeting with yourself.
This is like end of week, beginning of week. What's working for you guys?
Whatever works for you. Whatever for us, we do our meetings on Fridays. So what happens on Friday morning at 7 a.m. every Friday, unless Jesus comes down or something. We have meetings every single Friday morning. And what we do is we ask ourselves, what were the things we're supposed to work on? Everybody had deliverables. I was supposed to have done these things, so and so should have done these things. What worked? What did not work? What are we going to do moving forward? That is a template we are using. What worked? What did not work? And what are we going to do moving forward, like recommendations? Every Friday, review that plan. Every Monday, we meet again for about an hour to recap. This is what we're doing. This is our focus for the week. We pray, we recharge, and we move forward. So every week we're meeting like twice a week, beginning of the week and at the end of the week. Yeah. Even if you're a sole proprietorship, you can do that. In fact, even better. I know I meet myself on Saturdays or Friday evenings just to see what am I going to do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. How is my week going to look at? What worked last week? What did not work? What can I do better? There's something I want to introduce called marginal adjustments. And this will work for a lot of the issues that I'm seeing on the charts. Marginal adjustment, even 0.01% of an effort that you make will culminate in something bigger and better. If every week you say, I'm going to meet myself every week to review my week and to look forward, and imagine doing it every day for a week, a month, 2 months, 3 months, you will see and you will see a difference. You will see where you're leaking financially. You will understand if you need to pay rent there or not. You will understand how to deal with customers, because maybe in that time you're saying, I need to read about emotional intelligence. And so every day this week, I'll take 10 or 15 minutes of my time to Google something or YouTube something for emotional intelligence and build myself up. Another thing I want to introduce to you, something called the miniskirt theory. The miniskirt theory, less is more. Less is more. The little things you do will have such a fantastic impact on your business. It will be unbelievable. Sam, I see you laughing your head off. The miniskirt theory.
I'm laughing because we have discussed Kingdom, we're Kingdom Bank, we are now, this is the only time we're allowed to use miniskirt references.
There's nothing wrong with a miniskirt. Less is actually more.
Less is more. Less is more.
You expose your inner part.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so we're just saying that less is more. That's literally the theory. Less is more.
Yeah.
Be very consistent. Have self-discipline, ladies and gentlemen. Discipline will get you where consistency maybe cannot. You can drop on your consistency, but if you're disciplined to do something every day, 0.1% marginal adjustments, it's going to grow. Review your week, the past, review your week going forward.
Very good. Muthoni, we've definitely come to the end of our discussion. I'm very curious, do you have parting shots? And I want to say, of course, thank you for being here and giving us the time.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sam, for having me. Thank you, all 163 of you, for being on this call. Thank you, Co-op Bank. Thank you, Ami. It's been a great experience. I know some of you are feeling disgruntled because we haven't touched on your questions. Please SMS or WhatsApp me on this number or email me your questions, and I will make it my priority to answer some of the questions you have, because you're coming from this space that Ami has created and Co-op Bank have created, have created, and I'd be happy to answer some of those things. More than that, we all need a business coach. We all need somebody who can handhold us. I might not have the answers. Actually, you have the answers to all your problems, but sometimes you are clouded by so many things. You're unable to see beyond your current circumstances. And that's why I double up as a business and a life coach and a marketing and a brand enthusiast. So you have the answer, you have the power in your hands. Customer experience is everything. Feel encouraged. Even those businesses that are currently struggling, kuteseka ni kwa muda. We make quick decisions, we turn around and we move forward. So don't sit and just cry and wait for things to happen. Take control. Miniskirt theory, marginal adjustments is everything you need. Reach out to me and we'll take this conversation forward.
I'd also like to add good news. Like someone saying, hey, please send us the tool. The tool is going to be shared in an email following this because you're here. But also just to remind you, yes, you can reach out to Muthoni. The contacts are here. Just add Co-op Bank to it so she knows this is where you come from. And she'll give you, I guess, extra special treatment as a customer. But thank you so much, Muthoni. A big round of applause for Muthoni. Then as we come to the close of our meeting today, big round of applause. We like to appreciate people here. We honor you for your time. We know that you've given way more than you'd even initially planned, and because everyone here is really attentive. And yes, thank you for being yourself. I'm the CEO, Tilvera Consulting. Muthoni, thank you for your passion. We appreciate the work that you do, and we pray that God continues to give you wind in those sails. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're coming to the end of our session, and I just wanted to reiterate, Fiona, if you have any ideas on how to do future sessions or which would be of great value for you, I want you to go ahead and think about that and send Fiona a message or send an email so we can do that. I also wanted to take some time and just remind you, every week we're here from 11 to 12:30. And what we do is we have these learning sessions. There's also a whole repository of online materials that you can have. This video as well is going to be on the online platform that Co-op Bank has provided. The link is going to be shared. So there's over 50, close to 60 videos online. And you don't need someone to send you an email. Just click there and it takes you directly into this whole list of videos for you to watch, depending on where you are. Is it from taxation to customer care to operations to all sorts of things, especially across the Kenyan landscape. And then also there's that opportunity for us to connect. And every week we're here doing the same. So next week, I want to give a bit of a highlight of what's happening. So we're going to be having Digital Dynamo. So we're going to be talking about how do we power SMEs, our businesses, with technology. How do you leverage technology to streamline your operations? How do you explore digital marketing strategies to do the things that we've been talking about? So we talk about sales funnels, online sales channels. What does that look like? How can we capitalize on all those things? So there's a lot to look forward to. But to help us do a close, I want to remind you that this is a courtesy of CoopBank in collaboration with AMI. If you want to reach out to CoopBank, the numbers are on the screen. And there's also a WhatsApp contact there. So many ways to reach out. And also, of course, please talk to your manager, your relationship manager at the preferred branch, preferred Coop branch. And that should be something that we can all do. Now, to finish our session, I want us to invite Peter back, Peter Dumea, to close us off and also just remind us about, there's the commitment that CoopBank has towards every one of us as customers. So please go ahead, reiterate that, and then we'll end with a closing prayer from Peter himself. Peter, over to you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Sam. And thank you so much, Muthoni Muchai, for the great insights that you've shared with us. And they are very, very practical, and I'm looking forward to us implementing in our business. I think we keep on saying, yes, getting information is good, but I think once we apply, once we implement in our business, I think that's when the real thing is going to happen. So we want to encourage the participants who are in this session. Please let's implement some of these tools, some of the tips and the insights that are being shared by the great speakers that we have. And I think as a bank, we commit to continue supporting you with other solutions. I'm happy that next week we'll be talking about digital tools. And one of the things that we've been encouraging our customers and our participants is let's collect in our businesses digitally. Take advantage of those digital solutions to collect monies, the COP tills, the M collection, the PDQs, the MCOP cash, and make payments again digitally through the internet banking and other digital solutions. So collect digitally, pay, make payments digitally as well. Then take advantage of our CoopBank MSME packages. If you don't have an account with us, we have the silver, the gold, and the bronze package that will help you again to transact. Once you do that, then you'll be able to access facilities. You'll access monies, you'll access loans, either the mobile loans or other the other loans that we have, including the trade solutions that we have. And so we commit to continue supporting you with both the financial and the non-financial services. And let's keep on engaging. Let's keep on attending these sessions. So let's look forward to meet next week at the same time, same place. Sam, we can close.
Peter, yes, closing out of prayer, and then we'll drop off.
Thank you so much. So let's pray. Our dear Heavenly Father, this afternoon, we want to thank you. We want to appreciate your goodness and your mercies. Thank you for the opportunity that you gave us to learn. Thank you for the participants that we have who are our customers. We really appreciate, dear Father, because of the partnership that we have. Thank you for the great speakers that we have had. And today we had Muthoni. We pray for her, that Lord, you continue to enrich her with more knowledge and more insights, and even help her business, oh God. We pray, dear Father, for AMI team here led by Sam, Fiona, and the other team. We also pray for them that you will help them with more information and more insights and with more growth even in their business. As a bank, we submit everybody who is here, even the customers' businesses. May you help them to grow and even to thrive. In Jesus' name, we do pray and give thanks.
Amen, amen, amen. Thank you so much for being here. God bless you and have a great week. See you next Thursday, 11 to 12:30.